just make sure the stream code is, or the stream key is right. I believe so. Yes, okay. Now should be going. Oh no, we're another 3 minutes though. What color it is?
I believe a yellow, but I'm not sure. I think their logo was yellow when I saw it.
I have to.
Let me look.
It's not letting me change stream name.
It's just a little Viking head, so not really much to go off of.
Well, let me change stream name from Streamlabs right now, so I have to probably change it once the actual thing goes live. Is there a color to that?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, maybe it's their only team. Okay. I'll wait for. Is there? Alright, there. Not word. So Curtis was complaining about having 2 fucking stream people, and they have 3 of them.
Yeah.
What was that? Let's just take a let me take a quick peek at what they're running here. So Diamond 2 tank. Oh no. Make sure the stream code is where the stream key is right. I accidentally left the game. Oh well. Me when I. Yes. Okay. Now shoot. Oh, we're in. Oh, we're going. That's actually so. Oh no, I accidentally left. That's not very good. Me when I. Oh my lord. Hold on. Oh, I accidentally left the game. I was trying to.
I just imagine what they're saying right now about you.
I know they're cooking something up. I was trying to like go back because I was checking ranks just to see what we were up against, and I accidentally hit leave game instead of back. I know motherfucking Jumba's in there beating his fist on the ground.
Well, they're running a Sigma comp. CSU is.
Lost connection again. Oh no. Oh, Overwatch is trolling me today. Are they started yet?
Yeah.
What's it looking like so far?
So right now it is Yuva has 14% of it. They're about to finish up this first team fight. It's kind of turning a little bit now. Yeah, they're just still trying to finish up this first team fight. It's just been both of them got like a person picked early, and then Yuval just had point control.
So UFL currently has point control, or
Yeah, they still do. They're at 36% right now, and they all Joe and Curtis got.
pause real quick. For some reason, every time I try to press career profile, it
Joe
just,
got 4 in the shatter, killed 3 of them himself.
even I wish I could see what was going on. Wow. It was real premium content for the U of L esports.
Here we go. I'll give you a little bit of a inner glimpse. Well, we got 99 to 26.
Just something like capture.
Both teams pretty much used all alts on that last fight. Joe will have Shatter though here soon.
This for now until I can. Make sure our audio is good. All right, there's something I'm hearing on the stream, so at least be something. All right, so we take first point. I didn't get to see any of it, but we take first round.
It was pretty one-sided the entire time. Just they really couldn't push anything with the Sigma comp. They at the end of there though, CSU switched over to the Rhine comp and just couldn't get to point quick enough to trigger overtime.
Yeah, or Sigma running into a Rhine comp most of the time doesn't really do that well.
Yeah, it's a tough ask, especially like on Nepal here. It's like this map is probably this round specifically, it's probably the only one that could probably get away with it, but they were just it was a pretty weird comp. I mean, they're pulling out the Junker Queen here.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a Junker Queen at all recently.
Yeah. Not one that's not like trolling at least.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it seems to be working as well, because once again they kind of just are able to get control of the point, and CSU can't really progress.
Yeah, the rollout was just so much quicker from U of L. They were already on point by the time CSU even started moving through the choke there.
Yeah, I think a part of that comes from with being Curtis on the sim, and you got that TP, and then you have speed
Yeah.
boost, really gets you to point like almost immediately.
For sure.
And they were only running Lucio. Now they are on a Tracer, so that might change things up for them.
Yeah, they're moving in here.
Lee going out on Joe.
They're just
Enemy in
Uvil's just yeah, Uvil's just staying real safe here.
Yeah, they kind of denied the Junker Queen's entire toolkit there by falling off the other side of the pillar.
Yeah. Now it just comes down to the brawl versus brawl, and I would just say Ryan just wins these 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, there's very few times that I actually would ever see a Junker Queen beat a Reinhardt comp ever.
Yeah. Especially like this Ryan sim comp, it's a lot. It's just so much damage coming through there in the front line.
I think
Jungle Queen does have like the wound, but it just, you can't get enough triggers.
Honestly, I think if CSU went back to a rank comp, they might have an easier time trying to get up to the site.
For sure. Just being able to like face check the other opponent Ryan would be really big.
Joe misses a shatter, unfortunately, but more comes out.
There's one with the pulse bomb there.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just too much damage from the U of L side. It just...
Yeah, CSU tried to get something in there, but they also were met with a map wall, they were met with Earth Shatter, they were met with Deadeye. It's kind of unfortunate for them.
They just go for the touch here. They do get the trigger the overtime.
Yeah, CSU's just gonna pop all the ults that they have. Just try to find something here. Try to find a Kakarot, but
They
Joe
do
falls
get
down.
Joe there. But it's kind of, they're just trading out, and CSU's not in the position to have a trade.
Alright, let's see if I can get back into the actual thing now.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta change my scene again.
Yeah, pretty much just that whole map. It just came down to just being able to out-survive CSU for U of L there. They were just the big shield from Rhine just really just protects the whole team.
Alright, now we're back and moving and grooving. I just need Curtis to re-invite me to the lobby.
Yeah, I really didn't like the Sigma comp at all. I feel like Sigma just gets walked over.
I think Sigma's very strong right now, but when you're running into something like a Reinhardt, it's very hard, especially if you're not committed to like a full-on poke comp, to really try to take on a Ryan.
Yeah, because it just really relies on the DPS to like get the picks, and like the Sigma just to keep the more of the consistent damage. Like they were running Hanzo at the beginning of that, and he just couldn't get a pick. Playing the off angle, and just Engineer was over there on the off angle and was able to keep him kind of zoned out of the fight the whole time on Soldier. So
I need Curtis to invite me to. Oh, right in. Back to the stream. Sorry. Get some things set up here. Riveting streaming quality here.
So U of L bans Paricio.
Awesome, now I can actually... Okay, now this time I actually have watchable footage. Alright, so they banned Paricio, so I wonder what they're going to be picking.
Yeah, and I mean, with every map back in the pool now, it's
it's
a lot of interesting picks. I would say, I mean, if they try to come out on the poke comp there on on Nepal, I would assume that CSU would want to go for a poke map.
Yeah, probably something that really favors a Sigma. They're going Hollywood. Yep, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That's a very, especially on that first point, very heavy, like...
Yeah, that's that tight choke.
Which would benefit a lot for a Sigma, which is kind of like what we saw from them starting out at the first game. They're switching? What? Oh, I guess by technicality you have to have it ranked by tank, DPS, DSO. Looks like they're swapping Winter in for tank.
I mean, you can also, like, dive is pretty viable on this map also. Winston isn't terribly strong right now, but with the right comp around him, you can make him work.
I definitely know that if it does go to that far, that we probably will see Joe on Monkey, as he does still feel comfortable there.
Yep. But seeing how they switched out tanks, it could also be they might be wanting to run a Wrecking Ball comp here.
Yeah, which I think all of U of L is notoriously
not a big fan of the Wrecking Ball comps.
Afraid of Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
We're all quite shaking in our boots.
Yeah. Be interested to see if U of L will stick with the Rhine Symmetra and try to, like, TP to the high grounds and stuff, or if they pull out their own poke comp, or if they run their own dive. Kind of, I've seen all three. The Rhine comp being their strongest, but Joe can definitely play the Sigma also.
Curtis doesn't understand minute delay. He was like, "Oh hey, the stream's messed up on stream." I was like, "Yeah, I saw that. I fixed it." All right, going into Hollywood. This has been a while since I've seen Hollywood play.
Yeah, especially like in a competitive environment.
Like, because I haven't played Hollywood since Overwatch 1.
Yeah, I've played a couple ranked games here, a couple quick play games. I personally I went for the Sigma pick, especially this, like, for this first point. Sigma, like, gets on this defensive high ground here, just does so much in that choke.
Doesn't want us
So U of L opting for the all-out brawl with the Mei. And it looks like CSU is going to go with the dive comp with the Winston Sombra.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Both two dramatically
I'll find my own
styles of comp. Although CSU is going to be swapped into a Kiriko instead, so that's going to be a little bit more standard dive.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier for the Winston to jump in and stay alive. You just have the Kiriko jump in with them, and then they have Suzu to pretty much prevent any kind of sleep or any other effects applied to them.
Going for a cheeky wall here. They've been separating their marquee, but the rest of them actually just get through the wall.
Yeah, CSU definitely did a good job there of staying with their Winston.
Joe's kind of alone on point, just trying to find anything that they can.
Yeah, CSU highly
to really
split.
say that's join, but it's just not enough. And then eventually they're just gonna wipe that up, and CSU is gonna have to reset.
Yeah, CSU there they had they grouped up really well, and then they all just split in every different direction. And
yeah,
that brawl comp, you can just really run them down and just pick out a target. And
yeah, they started out really well. Curtis's wall doesn't really capture just the monkey there, so they were able to kind of stay together, but then the other half of the team was kind of lost. So CSU wasn't able to kind of regroup and get that momentum back.
Keep you safe.
Evo's just gonna keep this high ground here with Kirby's engineer just kind of sitting in the back. He's gonna engage on top of the high ground, try to push him off a little bit. Nothing really found here.
yeah, they just can't get the
Kind of a parry
Winter
fight.
just couldn't get any kills up there.
Kilak does manage to find the kill on the Sojourn. Just gonna kind of rough for CSU to take this good spot here. Joe does have Shatter up, but he doesn't get hacked, so it's not coming out for a second. CSU really just not managing to find anything with this kind of Ryan comp that's kind of, and a lot of healing from Jumbo kind of makes it hard for them to play a standard dive comp, which is just kind of focus off one character.
Yeah, just they can't get anything with their dives going on.
So we see the Primal Rage coming out and a beat as well.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of ults come out on this one.
Here we see Kitsune come out from CSU. That might be able to get them up point a little bit.
Yeah, CSU is investing everything here.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to invest everything they got here. And the Sojourn actually manages to find a pick on Jumbo, which is going to be really hard for Louisville to come back.
Yeah, they just lose all their sustainability.
Curtis trying
Land
to
on the Sojourn, just kind of cleaning everyone else up.
Yeah, CSU had to invest a lot of ultimates there, but it really won them the point. And I think what really turned the fight is Jumbo being the first person picked off there. And that kind of negates the bunker they kind of had going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, they invest a lot, but U of L also just invests, like, all but one. I mean, all they have to work with is window right now.
Yeah, well, we will be seeing that our attack visor up pretty soon.
Yeah. And Shatter. This is where... Yeah. This is where, though, once they can kind of get through this choke, CSU, this is where the U of L comp becomes a lot weaker.
Yeah, I think if CSU can break this hold here and just really start pushing it through the main town, it's going to be really hard for Joe to play the Reinhardt. Shatter comes out,
Gets two.
Manages to get two. Oh, gets three.
Three, yeah.
Does he go for a fourth? Oh, he does get a fourth.
Yeah, and then they just clean it up.
He's trying to scroll over here, but I can't remember which one was fourth.
Yeah, I mean, Joe just waits for the dive to come through, and then he just punishes them. Winston just dove in, and nobody else could follow up with him, and left themselves out there in the open for Joe just to lay the hammer down.
So CSU is going to swap to this Reaper and is going to try to go for the high ground. Oh, Joe gets picked up first in the fights there, even with the nail coming out from U of L, but the pack visor gets three.
Yeah, that really blizzard was just humongous.
Just like old.
The blizzard, I think, gets three just in the blizzard.
Yeah, and then Kirby was just able to pop tack visor and just mow them down. He's just standing there menacingly.
Yeah, CSU tries to use beat there aggressively, but the blizzard just is really good ult to use right there, especially after they use beat. They don't have beat for blizzard. And this is what I was kind of waiting to see CSU, where they can kind of break that hold and able to rotate to one of these other angles.
Oh, that's okay. That's the finding.
60 seconds remaining.
So the only thing coming out from U of L here in terms of ultimate is going to be Earth Shatter and Beat. But CSU is going to have pretty much everything but Beat and Death Blossom.
Yeah. And you get nothing with the Shatter there.
You get knocked off of his mark.
You just got Jumba and Engineer back there trying to fight for their lives against that
finding
Primal.
another pick on the Engineer and finding one on Curtis there, so U of L is out of their DPS right now. And they just run down Joe there, and Lamagna trying to stall as much as he can. And CSU will take the point now, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to be able to take the first tick. We're going to have to really win this next fight.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be one more fight left here. It's probably going to be an overtime. But any ground they can cover is huge. I mean,
yeah, so they're actually
unless you have to defend.
Okay, so they wait to regroup. They're going to start trying to engage. They only have one person on the point for CSU, and both of these teams are fighting on the rooftops. Left going around here for a Blossom, but Joe to try to find one, and then here finds two. Oh! Wipe up the rest of that.
Yeah, CSU just waited so long to go for an engage there with those ults. It gave U of L the ability to get ults of their own.
Yeah, Glyph tries to TP behind them and go in for a cheeky Death Blossom, but he teleports a little too far away, so he's not able to engage as well, and does manage to find the Magnum. But at that point, the fight was already lost. But so they got pretty far. They almost got the second point. But if U of L is able to just kind of run through this first point and take these engagements, then it's I think it's going to be really hard for CSU to kind of defend where it is right now.
Yeah, U of L trying to move through this first choke is really what we're looking for. If they can get through there quickly, then they'll be able to take the point very quickly.
Where we see Kirby start on the Widowmaker here, maybe try to get an early first pick to really get this.
Surely going for the first pick.
However, CSU is going to play another Sigma comp here.
Yeah.
Or try it again, so maybe this time it'll work out a little bit better for them now that they're in a more hook heavy style map.
Yeah, and Junkrat in this first point here through that first choke just does so much damage, especially to Joe's shield here. Now, if they can bypass this choke with the symmetric TP, then
CSU off the high ground is kind of bad for them because it's they've worn in their defense.
Yeah, now they're having to move to the backside of point.
No, did not take the point in that time yet. Oh, they were waiting on TP.
Yeah.
Curtis just find by a Junkrat there. They let the res come out.
Oh, but it's even now.
Oh, but Engineer manages to find two. It's literally, it's just their Sigma point right now.
Yeah, U of L able to regroup here and just...
Oh, and everybody just uses the Deadeye to really bust that shield and break the Sigma before his team can get there. And then gets a nice headshot.
Yeah, that's a quick first point take there. Just... U of L just able to turn that fight around. Engineer specifically.
Yeah, U of L now has 5 minutes to get
And
this
getting these big
point
staggers, that is so big.
So U of L's gonna go up to the high ground looking for kind of maybe a cheeky shatter here from the top ropes. We'll see that here soon. They only have one on the
this is just pretty smart from UL, just to taking all that space, just getting all that free cart push. You do see a Battle Mercy out there taking out Jumba.
Oh, and they canceled the Sigma ult.
Thank you.
UL does have to back up here though because they lost Jumba, their main source of heals, and Kill Kid did not get the memo.
Deine Pflicht ist nicht getan.
Yeah, he was a little bit slower on the rotation. So, looks like we're just gonna have to kind of reset here. Joe charging back to get back in touch. They're gonna be going into this fight with Earth Shatter, Deadeye, Meat, and Map Window.
They'll probably have the wall there too mid-fight.
Oh, and Chris is up behind.
Yeah. Junkrat Tire.
It's just sitting there, just kind of charging up, waiting to just kind of put some fear in them before it comes over.
Yeah, and he just waited too long.
Actually, waits a little bit too long, and it kind of just does nothing.
They do invest bottom here though.
Which is Joe a little bit split off from the Bob and the ultimates. Oh, but he does get a shatter up on the Sigma.
Yeah, he invests the shatter into this too.
But it's not enough to take him out. But it's enough to kind of get this team back to him.
Yeah, they did get the cart rolling on this, but I mean, that's just so many ults invested for really like a little bit of cart push. I mean, it is like almost right there to where they need to get to, but the res coming out for CSU just means it's still 5v5.
Curtis and G can teleport up to the high ground, trying to find a pick on their ash. Well, Kirby also manages to find the pick on the Junkrat. Joe then falls down, but I think for UFL is looking really good.
Yeah.
And
They're just able to win their 1v1s is what it comes down to right there.
Yeah, I think CSU had a pretty strong defense. It was kind of rough for UFL to start taking those engagements, but once they were able to get in there and find their ones, they were able to just kind of collapse effectively. Oh no, that's you hate to see that if you're CSU.
Yeah, you hate to see getting pulled in by the stroll pads because
that's what's sad.
the pin hit scan or hit box is pretty massive. It's like yeah. So that is U of L up 2 maps right now. Be moving on to Escort, where the poke comps usually on most of these Escort maps are going to be pretty strong. With the map pool being completely open, though, again, there's a few more options for Escort.
We're going to Escort next, yeah. So with everything open, this could be. I think it should still be anyone. I think CSU could easily come back if they pick well. But I think it's hard to balance around Joe, who not only can play Reinhardt but also can play Monkey, which makes both kind of brawl heavy maps and dive heavy maps a little bit harder to really pick around.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Winston today from him, but he can play it. I've seen him. I've also seen him try to force the Reinhardt on the Escort maps, though, too.
Yeah, that is also true that that if you try to force Ryan in some of those Escorts maps, it can kind of come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I would love to actually see a map I haven't seen in a while is Watchpoint Gibraltar. That would be one of the maps I would like to see being played here.
Yeah, so UFL bans Route 66. So that leaves Gibraltar.
Gibraltar, Rialto.
Yeah, Rialto.
Junkertown, Havana, Corrado, Circuit Royale. few more. Blizzard World. Oh, nope, the Blizzard World's hybrid. Scrolling through the list here on Google.
My esteemed
I
co-host.
think that's actually all of them.
Yeah, I think that's all of them. So yeah, I think if you're CSU, you probably do want to lean into something closer to a Gibraltar or Rialto style map to try to just really play that long angles. Really.
Yeah, I think Havana would be a good pick for him. Rialto has the long angles,
I
but
was thinking of Havana.
okay, yeah, I would say Rialto though. You just get you get those pretty good corner to corners for Ryan. You can kind of make your way through.
Yeah, I was thinking Havana because that first really long start to push.
Even a Circuit Royale would be a pretty good pick. It would just all come down to like I really like because most of those are you'd want to play Sigma, but it also is like how comfortable is CSU's hit scans.
Yeah.
So you play Circuit Royale, you really have to have a strong hit scan player to be able to play the Widow, or a good Hanzo player or something, just to be able to get those really long sight lines.
Yeah, it comes down to just having to distance Joe away from your team as much as you can, and having to keep Engineer kind of busy with something else so you can manage to find those crucial picks early on someone like Jumba or even LeMagnum and Curtis.
Yeah, and as we know, Engineer, he's not as comfortable on the long hit scans. More of like a Cass. He can play Soldier, which does do a pretty good job in those long sights, but they're just it's more of like a hybrid character. You know, they can move quickly around the map. They can really do a lot of consistent damage to a tank to pressure them, but
yeah, it
just
definitely favors that short to medium engagement style.
Yeah.
But I also know that he can still take long range battles. It's just a matter of does CSU feel more confident there?
For sure.
It's like we're still waiting for them to pick here.
Yeah, CSU really going to the drawing board for their picks here.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they have to do. You know, they lose those first two maps. You have to really think about how you can kind of break this momentum that UVL currently is holding.
Yeah, and they just gotta pretty much do what we were talking about. Try to think about how to be able to create space for their tank. That way they can somewhat face check Joe, because right now he's just kind of taking everything.
Interesting. They chose Rialto, which is not what I would thought. Still kind of a little bit more poke heavy, but you can also still run that Ryan rush.
Yeah.
At least on that first point.
Yeah. First and third is pretty, as long as once you get kind of further through that first choke on third point and you're getting to that bend, it's pretty easy to run the rush there. You can also potentially play a Ramatra here for CSU if that's in their hero pool.
I think Ramatra would also really help them well, because he's pretty good about slowing down that momentum a little bit.
Yeah, he can just kind of stand in front of the Rhine and kind of counter brawl the Rhine a lot better than Sigma can.
And then you have his E, so you can slow his kind of engagements and really force him to work at your tempo. And no other swaps coming out from CSU, it looks like. But we do swap in Error for LeMagnum here.
Most likely means that they're going to try to run Kiriko or Mercy. So they might be.
They're probably still looking for that rush, maybe even a Ram rush.
Yeah, probably the Ram rush is what I would think. Here, they could also be trying out the Winston dive.
That is also, yeah, that's also something we could see. I could definitely see us run that on attack.
Yeah.
Welcome to Rialto. Initiating match.
U of L starting defense.
Yes. Blue side will always be defense.
Yeah, good. Find the roll Valorant.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, so they are
like-
running. The U of L does start this Ram, Tracer. Oh, I haven't seen Rents get subbed in for Curtis.
Yeah. And Jumba on the Ana, that's going to be quite the combo there with their Montreal Nano. CSU
looking like Reinhardt Bastion play.
Yeah.
Really, so that kind of relies on them setting up that Bastion for those angles.
Yeah, and it's always tough. It's always tough to make the decision between Bastion or May, because running both of them really hinders your ability to run that hard hit scan.
Yeah, and I think with the May, you focus a little bit more on your Reinhardt, and with the Bastion, you really just focus on that Bastion getting the central text and opening them up for those. Which actually does kind of work for them so far, as they managed to find two. Error and Engineer are both kind of caught out there. Even Joe falls eventually, and Rent has to kind of get out.
Yeah, just Engineer there gets picked super early into the fight by the Bastion.
Yeah, I think they were,
had to burn res for him.
I think U of L was not expecting this comp.
No.
They were kind of lacking there a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're able to turn it back now that they kind of got an idea. Brent's kind of harassed the Bastion in the back and he goes into the bomb, but he's in a little bit of danger, but he gets him back up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Error making the switch to Kiriko here is it takes away the pocket potential, but it definitely improves like the healing output.
It really boosts their early fight sustain, which is kind of what you need when you're playing against a Bastion, is to wait out the burst damage and then answer back with your own.
Yeah, it's a good change for the Bastion, especially because the Bastion just does all that burst damage so quickly. You're just able to save more people.
We have friends looking there, try to harass, maybe look for a cheeky full bomb when it starts to drop. Bastion gets almost caught out there. But they're what happening? U of L finds two with the block, visor, and a nade.
Yeah. And the Bastion almost, though, they kind of was sneaking in that room and able to get one. But the early use of the visor was pretty big for that fight. Able to save all the other ults. And Jumba landing that anti-nade was really big.
Their Baptiste there early on. It makes it really hard for CSU to win that fight. It's trying to take this close engagement, and trying to go up the stairs and just crawl it out. Crappy brawl here.
Yeah, this is...
Top that Ultra Annihilation.
Yeah, I liked CSU's positioning and the way they moved in, but they were just... Their ult dichotomy was just not there for them to really ever get anything going after they were able to move into that position. With the pulse bomb coming out and taking out their soldier. The shatter just didn't collect as many as they needed.
And looks like CSU also loves that, right? keeping the soldier bash.
30 seconds.
How that will fare for them here.
Yeah, CSU really just going for the comp that really just punishes Joe the most is what they're trying to do with their Bastion.
Here, but it does look like that UFL's ultimates went out in the fight with that pulse bomb coming out in that bastion.
Yeah, Ren's just being able to build that pulse bomb within that fight is was huge. Being able to clean up that bastion.
0-0.
Yeah, so CSU unfortunately does not get the first tick. Unfortunately
Yeah.
for them, I guess I should say.
Initiating match.
Does not get that first tick. Which is kind of pretty critical, is try to take that first tick and force Uville back in those long fights. But
Rialto really is like that. You either get full held on the first point or you full cap the map. There's really no in between.
Yeah, it's that first, getting past that first point is going to be your toughest problem in dealing with this map.
It's just very defensive heavy, especially on this first point. Multiple defensive high grounds you can take. Almost like 2 different stages that you can take.
So we are going to keep seeing this Bastion out from CSU, but they are going to be playing a Mei secondary to really slow down the ramp rush that's coming.
Yeah, just anything they can do to really keep Joe at bay here.
Ooh, it looks like they're trying to do something cheeky here. It looks like they're trying to get an early game. Or
Probably a close
early
hold
round.
here.
Close hold. Which
I mean, might as well if you're already running the Mei. I mean,
if you're already running the Mei and you have to go cap that first point, time is essential.
Attackers in.
yeah,
But it looks like Uville actually
yeah,
sees
they
through,
spotted it out.
spotted out pretty quickly.
CSU does decide to go in though. They do commit.
Kind of this parity fight. Oh, Engineer getting picked out by a fire strike there does not load well for Uville.
Yeah, but CSU, okay, they got the second one. I would say they have to win the fight.
Yeah, so even though UFL sees this kind of coming, they were still kind of powerless to stop that first engage.
Yeah, and these close holds with the Mei Bastion are so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, it's really difficult, but once you find that initial pick, it's just finding it. It's hard. They play really well as a team to really find that first.
You got Ren switching over to the Mei also here. I wouldn't be surprised if they can't break this hold to see Joe switch over to the Reinhardt and then just brawl it out here.
Kind of brawl it out, yeah, I think that's very likely.
Oh, big anti-nade from Jumbo right there. And he's just going to take advantage of it with them putting up that wall.
And that huge nade actually allows for Uville to kind of run this point.
Yeah.
So we see the annihilation come out. We see the nano come out, and then they finally break the hold. But I think CSU had a really good idea there, trying to waste as much time as they can.
Yeah.
When you're not capping the first point, time is essential.
Yeah, and UVL just able to hold on to so many ults here too to break that hold.
Have Engineer up at the top, trying to find a dead eye, and he does manage to find the Bastion.
Yeah.
He ends up getting a nade on there, Reinhardt.
Oh, and Mei all is canceled from CSU.
And they're just gonna clean up the point here and fight.
Yeah, get 3 on point here.
Yeah, I think that's it for. I don't think they might be able to get a one touch here or there. That's actually good.
Yeah, they're able to get the touch there. I think if UFL gets 3 on, they might be able to get it there before they can get there. But
Bastion comes out. That's fine. Unfortunately for UFL, it's real bad to have that extra sustain in this fight.
yeah, you don't see that often. The headshot from the Bastion ult.
However, Engineer just managed to find the Bastion in this fight, but he gets picked off by the Lucio in return.
Here with the res though.
Oh, and Joe's running in.
And Joe just got another remote draw, which is crazy.
Annihilation comes out. Could be really hard for CSU to kind of fight this year.
Yeah, and they just...
And then that finishes that off for
Yeah, Louisville takes the 3-0 win in this first bracket of the play.